There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. Seems you figured everything out. Uh, I haven't figured anything out. I really think that Lana didn't do it. She is covering for someone. She has to be, right? I don't think she actually did it. Like, oh, she has this, Mia vibe happening. Just like, oh, she knows, what the truth is, but she's not telling us. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making detective run around all while on duty. And on top of it, you called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey, 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 hey. I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
Oh, yeah, we did. You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name?
Never in a million years would I have it thought it would be you who asked me. But I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files. I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident? But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here. You might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
Miss Guy was a witness? The SL9 incident files received from Lana Sky. Files for the Joe Dark killings?
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders.
Hold on, let me read these. Okay, incident number SL9, close. Perpetrator, Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. Oh, don't tell me. Joe, that was his name, Joe Marshall. That's his brother, Neil Marshall. And he wants to get revenge on... Well, I don't know how he's gonna get revenge on someone who's already dead. Child data, head prosecutor, Miles Edgewood. Witnesses, Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Oh, okay. Investigation Task Force, Executive Investigators, Damon Gant, Lana Sky. Head Investigator, Bruce Goodman. Investigators, Jake Marshall, Angel Star. Yeah, Jake has involvement with the previous case. But why? Why is he involved with this one now? Like, did he want some revenge against someone? I'm confused.
Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're gonna ignore me?
Emma. But why? Why is your name in here?
What? My name is in there? I don't know. Unless... No, couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that...
That's the classification number that the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
Joe Dark? No. No, Lana. That's over with. No!
Emma, wait! She ran away.
You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, it's right. Best of luck.
I better take a good look at this file. Which we already did. Holy cow. Now we're getting to the latter part. I totally forgot that I was muted that entire time. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am absolutely sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just noticed that at the monitor, just like, oh wait, why is my audio levels going? And then like I could still hear myself, but just that it wasn't recording. So sorry, guys, for that last 2 minutes or so. Well, I'll do this for you know, since you guys are here. Just like my job was to keep a wary eye on that boner working. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure none moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even Tom dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos and nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing's unusual is recording, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase the tape, it felt like I was erasing part of my life. This guy has a flair for dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room? They say I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? Told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No, Desperado, I know lets the rules get in his way. No, Desperados I know joined the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime,
Just between you and me, I didn't even step foot in the evidence room that day.
there was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does the guy avoid being fired?
Yeah, I gotta ask that.
Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. You used to be a detective, so you used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how my body works. That's quite, incredible. The sensors on locker handles can't be seen. Well, it's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that you mentioned it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
Anyway, at any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even an Angel steak lunches could beat that bar's Uncle's sepia pasta.
Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
All desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is unusually where Edward says, "Did you not want a raise this year?" I'm just an instant travel man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card on my sleeves, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante. Okay, so he was in the room at some point because his fingerprints were on there. He was in there. So what if I present this? This evidence clearly this, Your Honor. Nope. Dang it. And I didn't say beforehand. Dang. Okay, yeah. Protected by two security systems. Okay, how about this? Says that he was down there, but no. There we go. Right, your right evidence, wrong statement. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you were in the security room at the time of the crime, and yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. He left a very large trail behind the scene, or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crib. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. Once a month, really? The only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Witness, what is the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the scene of the crime?
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly reveals this. Well, Officer Marshall, seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall, about the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime.
Blood-stained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprints. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprints was by chance. Bloodstain and the fingerprints are completely unrelated. But didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? And how did you know that, huh? See, I had nothing to do with it.
Witness' explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt.
Live one Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy is hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Alright. That's because you, how'd you put it? Pay respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That locker I used when I was a detective. Locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It's strange my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's program. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without even knowing it. Marshall's fingerprints updated in the car record. Found blood handprint on Marshall's own locker. Prints have been wiped. So then, what about the blade handprint? Wasn't mine, no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered with my fingerprints. Just so happened. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one can argue just the opposite. Chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. Wanna know why? Unrelated? They're as difficult as 9-day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's gotta do with breakfast, while the other's type of murder.
He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. How do you know that? I may be a loner, I still do my job. I keep it on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by a murderer. That's right. It was found on the detective's gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprints.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the pictures, partner? The picture? The sea of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzard. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Miss Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Oh yeah, careful. Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
What do you mean by that? Won't tie me to this crime, ain't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without even being without being caught on camera. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present. Please do show now.
I could possibly show this, maybe. Maybe so, maybe not. I'll show evidence. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then,
let's have another look at the video. Shows in this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall.
Oh, wait, hold on. Rewind back. Because I just did notice this earlier. I think I did point it out. That his scarf was not here. Is that it? There. How's that for evidence? Please allow me to apologize for my colleague, Your Honor. He gets carried away sometimes.
Yes, well, this certainly isn't a first.
Will you forgive him too, Officer Marshall? He's not a bad man, just a bit disillusioned. Of course, I'm not one to gun down unarmed boys. Oh, great. Now Edgeworth is defending me. That means I missed the mark. No. Load, I say. Alright. Okay. Okay, let's see. Fast forward. I'm pretty sure, like, it wasn't, what am I missing? Mechanics locker. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. There we go. The last second. The very last second, his scarf appeared. So he did enter here, and it just didn't say anything. Okay. Knocked out. Then bring my frame. There we go. I didn't even notice it. I'm not sure if they added this, you know, in different sessions or whatnot, but there we go. Bring our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon never forget, Officer Marshall. Days are short in Texas, so are our tempers. You should sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in certain lockers shown in the video.
That locker with a white cloth sticking out. That was the witness, I believe.
Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Okay, we can go a bit faster, you know. And it wasn't it.
Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white collar wasn't there. The white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Order. Order.
Hold your horse. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Murderer needed to hide something, so we had to open up a locker and suck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like that, like I'm one man? Oh boy. This guy isn't just plain dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. Say I opened that locker. Now prove it. Okay. Just making sure. I believe it's this. A fingerprint sensor. We talked about this earlier today. The locker can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. So, Sheriff, what do you say to that in 8 words or less? I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Order. Order. Witness, explain yourself.
This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please, tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Olay, please answer the question.
What is he now, bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can.
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekings didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so then, where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Oh, would we hear? Officer Marshall was standing right here.
So Officer Meekings didn't notice him standing there. It's almost as credible as Meekings' warp theory.
Your chamber's empty, partner. Baby. Now they're getting up on me.
Perhaps. I think a little more about where Officer Marshall was.
Officer Meekings should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have been, I mean,
Victim, killer, uh, not, oh man, victim, killer, like he should have saw me? Uh, what would it be like right behind here? Like, what would it be this area? Could like you have to be like out of sight. Like the camera couldn't have seen him. Here? Nope, 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 nope. Nope, dang it. Where is he? Not sure, just, Arthur Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have. Would he be outside of it? So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. It's almost as correlated. Stop it. I'm just trying to get it right. Just overwrite this. Man. Hmm. So he's not outside of it. Like, if I know where, like, the camera's right, like, essentially, like, right here. Like, you would see, like, essentially, like, here to there. I don't. Like he was not seen on camera though. So there? Nope, that's not it either. Officer Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. Oh, where is that? He's a killer. I'm guessing that. No. No, no, that's not it. That's not it. Ah. Okay, here. Let's try here. Nope, no. That's not it. Holy cow, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Officer Meekings should have seen him in the evidence room. So where was he? Behind him? No, 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 no. Ah. Me no understanding the question. Like, so like, he should have saw him. Officer King should have seen him in the evidence room. Alright, okay. Can't be here because you know would have said something too. Like here? Like it has to be like somewhere in this area.
Take that!
What? He can't see them there. How is that not? How is that not? I I am confused because like he shouldn't have seen him. Like, cause Mickey's never said that he saw him. Like he just like while the camera is pointed over here. Come on, come on. Like I'm not understanding this. Like I'm trying to figure out like what location like could it be? Cause it's not. Holy cow! How am I not figuring this out? Like it should be obvious. Like, huh? Like, it's not over here. It's not over here. It's not over here. So like, where could it be? Not. Uh. Not here. I don't think he's over here. Come on, like, it has to be somewhere over here. Like, it has to be. Like, he's not the killer. Like, I pointed out, like, he's not over there either. Where? I'm tired just like... like... Killer? Victim? Like... Sure, why not? Are you serious? What? What? How? How? I don't I don't understand that. Like, what? Why would he be the victim in this? I don't understand. I don't understand this at all. Wait, hold on. So what does the K stand for? I thought the V in this case stands for the victim, as in, you know, the victim as in, Vikings, and K as in the killer who could have killed him. Okay.
That's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. I accidentally skipped. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up as Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he knew for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. Like, also, not gonna lie. Goodman is fairly clean shaven besides, you know, the little patch at the front. While, Marshall kinda has like a little beard happening there. And he's a bit of a darker tone. Dark tan. So, like, if he, like, he said, like, oh yes, person I saw was tan. Or at least, you know, not like, you know, Asian colored or whatever. Because, you know, this place takes place in Japan, but it localized to be like, you know, Japanifornia or something like that. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized that the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quiet imagination, partner. You've got a term for that, called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it? You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as a victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ugh, this can't be happening. So obviously he's the one. What can I do? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to answer all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Very well. Let's take another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. And he also saved. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
Okay, so what do we have to see here? Forward a bit. Okay. Um. No, I didn't mean to do that. Nope, oh, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. I accidentally pressed X. Alright, uh... So the white cloth could have been the jacket that he took off. So it doesn't prove that it was actually him. For some reason, You disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet.
Yet?
However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekings barged in on you. When asked to show your ID, you pulled a knife on it. However, Officer Meekings panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner.
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. Hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, you're only as half as persistent then as you are today. We all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. Seems the time has come.